So this video is to prepare you to make your puzzle pieces by drawing them on the wood. Now to start off, let's look at the diagram. These two different pieces are identical. You need one of these and you need two of these. Now, the only difference between this part and this part is that this one also has a notch in the center. To make this part using the measurements from this, you just don't include the center piece. So I want to identify some of the widths that we'll be using. When we draw it, we are going to draw it like this on the wood, so it matches the height of the piece of wood that I gave you. The height is 3 7/8. And on that sheet, you can see 0.875 is 7/8. Now the width of our piece is going to be 1.125 inches, which is 1 1/8. So to begin this, I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to slide over. Now this ruler has its measurements in 16ths. So there are 16 little gaps here. So to start off, I'm going to measure 1 1/8 and put a dot. I'll do a vertical line. To be very sure, I put 2 dots. Now I connect the lines, or I connect the dots, and I draw a line. Now that I have this piece, I'm going to do the center. The center begins 3/8 of an inch from the edge. So it's going to be 3/8, 3/8, 3/8. So in about the center of the piece, I'm going to line up my ruler, and I'm going to mark 1, 2, 3/8, 1, 2, 3/8, and then I should be left with 1, 2, 3/8 remaining. Now I'm going to measure to the center. Here it says it's 1 3/8. I'm referencing the page. So now I'm going to get my ruler and measure from the bottom. I go 1 full inch and then 1, 2, 3/8. Make a mark. From this bottom, we're going to go up 1 1/8. So here I'm going to count 1/8, and then here I'm at the half inch, so I'm going to add a full inch. So I just went 1/8 plus an inch. Put my dot. Now we can always sand away the old, any extra that we have. So what I'm doing, if you can see, is I'm making a vertical line that goes past where I need it, and then I'm making a horizontal line. Now I'm going to draw this as though it's this piece. To do the notch, I'm going to need to measure from arrow to arrow 1.75 inches. So now, using my ruler, from the bottom, I measure 1.75 inches. So that's 1 3/4 of an inch. And then here it's telling me from this point to this point, it's 3/8. So I go 1, 2, 3/8. Using these markings, I can make my notch. We will remove this material. To do another piece, it's a little trickier. So what I'm going to do is leave a gap. The gap is going to be whatever you want, because when I cut this material, when I cut this line, the blade is going to remove extra material. So I'm going to leave a 1/4 inch gap. I can draw a line to show this gap. Now from this line, this is the start of my next piece. I would do the same process. It'll be 1 1/8. I measure in 2 spots just to be sure. And I connect my dots. The piece in the middle should be the one that's shaped like this. I got one more thing to show you. Okay. So here is my giant, there's my full piece of wood. To prepare this for cutting, you want one T-piece all the way to the one side, one facing the outside of the other, and one piece somewhere in the center. Because when we cut it, we're going to be able to get into this notch very easily. We can get into this notch very easily. And then we have to use a drill to use this. More on that later.